To the idiots that took the bait, I just want to say, well done. You've really messed things up. It wasn't hard to spot the setup, but never mind, you fell for it anyway. You gave them the reaction that they were looking for, and now we've got Sir Keir Starlin's police state coming in. It gives me no satisfaction in saying this, but I was absolutely right about this guy. My spider senses were tingling, and I recognise that this Starmer guy he's extremely authoritarian, by light years the most authoritarian leader that the UK's had in my lifetime. The other thing to say as well is that he's going to use the big club, they lack tactical imagination. So they're going to use the same playbook, the same strategy again. So expect more events, yeah, that are designed to provoke outrage amongst, I'm not going to use rude words, but amongst the fools, basically. And then they'll use the kind of outrage reaction from the fools to justify rolling out more police state powers over you. So for those that don't know, it's actually worthwhile just watching for like 15-20 seconds what the meat of what Starmer actually said. So I'll just play this clip very, very quickly now.
These thugs are mobile. They move from community to community. And we must have a policing response that can do the same. Shared intelligence, wider deployment of facial recognition technology, and preventative action, criminal behaviour orders to restrict their movements before they can even board a train, in just the same way that we do with football hooligans. And let me also say to large social media companies and those who run them, violent disorder clearly whipped up online, that is also a crime. It's happening on your premises, and the law must be upheld everywhere.
So the main thing here is increased use of facial recognition. So he won't need a physical ID card, basically, in the future. Digital ID will be your face. That's the idea of facial recognition. So you'll be out and about, and people will be able to prove who you are through facial recognition. People will know who you are through facial recognition technology. So you won't need like a little physical ID card. In Starmer's brave new world, your face will be your digital ID. Biometrics, I suppose. That's what he's basically announced. Second big thing here is he starts talking about football hooligans. So this, I can't remember who this was now, but was it like first they came for the Jews, but I wasn't a Jew, so it didn't bother me. Then they came for the communists. Then they came for the trade unionists, but I wasn't a trade unionist. Right. So what's been happening with football fans, for example, is something that we should never have tolerated. So people are accused of something. It's like that, I think it's Total Recall, that Arnold Schwarzenegger film. So people who have not committed a crime can be, in the case of football fans, stopped from travelling because their face has been recognised in a crowd, and the government and the police have basically used the guilt by association thing. You were in this crowd, therefore you're guilty. You've not been to court or anything like that, but they've just basically said you're guilty, and they're going to do the same thing. They've been taking loads and loads of video for years, haven't they, and pictures for years at demonstrations. So they already know who the dissidents are. They've got photographic records of them all, and your human rights are going to be compromised as a result of the "we want our country back" idiots who took the bait. So like, well done you, well done. You've like created a police state for everybody. There was that nursery rhyme, wasn't there? Like the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill and he marched them down again. Yeah, and that's what's been done to us. Like a minority of fools who took the bait, responded to the problem that the big club created. Still, really don't know what. If people are being truthful here, no one actually really knows what went on there, and how much of what the BBC is actually true. No one knows. But it doesn't matter, does it? Because, like, a few of these kind of social media influencers, they say stuff and they wind people up. And then they're the useful idiots that basically create the reaction that the big club needs to justify bringing in the solution that they wanted all along, which is the police state. So to these idiots, right, my question to you is, when they do it again, are you going to fall for it again? Are you going to provide them with the reaction that they want that will enable them to roll out more police powers? Have a think about it. Are you going to fall for it again? Are you that stupid? That's not to say that we shouldn't do nothing about things, the bad things that are happening in this country. But as I've explained in numerous videos, the choice isn't between doing something stupid and not doing something. There is that's called what psychologists call framing. Yeah, you portray two kind of like misleading positions when there's obviously more options that are available to you. So if you think about what happened to the Soviet Union, how that was collapsed internally without violence, that's the blueprint. Or the other blueprint should be what Gandhi did in India, just simple non-compliance. I've gone through that before. Watch the previous video that I did yesterday if you want to know more about that. The other thing that Starmer said in his speech that's quite interesting is the social media stuff. So he's going to go after more censorship. So this applies really to the people that go on about little hats being responsible for all the world's problems. You're actually no different from the "we want our country back" Tommy Robinson type people, useful idiots. Tommy's the Pied Piper, and you're that little kids walking with him, and he's going to lead you off the edge of the cliff. You're no different from him. No different from those sorts of people at all. You've swallowed a different set of BS that big club controlled operatives or useful idiots have put out. And things might not be very good for you, because it won't take long for Sir Keir Starmer to start identifying people who have blamed an entire group of people, Jews, incorrectly for all the world's problems. So you've been done like a kipper too. Not so clever now, is it? Because the heat will be turned on you. Make no mistake about that. And the internet's got a very, very long memory. The other thing to say is that is natural law. According to natural law, actions create reactions and consequences. So again, the useful idiots who are maybe they're one step ahead of maybe a touch more advanced than Tommy Robinson's kind of crew, but not much more. These people that go, oh well, Adolf Hitler, he was just misunderstood, and in World War II, they were the good guys. These types of like special morons, completely ignorant. Again, these are useful idiots that the establishment has created. So your support, you going around saying that Nazi Germany was like some sort of paradise on earth, and the tiny German moustache man was just misunderstood. Well, it's just a consequence, really. You can call it a karmic comeback, is that you're going to experience what a police state really is all about. You know, you've denied that that these things existed. So our Creator, you know, is going to teach you a lesson. He's going to get you to experience what you've said has never happened. So enjoy it. Enjoy your police state. Your reactions and what you've been saying has allowed the likes of Starmer a blank check to go with his authoritarianism. So what I suggest you do is eat some humble pie and state absolutely categorically that the Jews are not responsible for all of the world's problems. And Nazi Germany was a cesspit of a society. The most evil society easily in the last 200 years. So you're going to be taught a lesson. God's going to teach you a lesson. He's going to teach you a lesson that what a police state actually involves. He's going to teach you about what freedom really involves, what freedom really actually is. And he's going to teach you what a tyranny is. That's all about the big government model. So those of you who maybe, I don't know why, I don't really understand the Nazi loving. Maybe it was the Hugo Boss uniforms or something, or maybe it was just, you know, some pathetic contrarianism. But you're going to find out. Yeah, it's like that phrase, isn't it? Fuck about and find out. You're going to find out what it's about, what a police state's all about. It's not great. Do enjoy it. For those of you who, like me, were like urging people not to react to this kind of like this event, yeah, that we're told happened, yeah. What do we do about it? Because basically, like, our futures have been toileted by these idiots who provided the reaction that the big club needed to unveil its like agenda 2030, you know, agenda 21, the authoritarianism. What do we do? Well, what I would say is we got to double down and try to live the very best lives that we can, to be good people, to treat other people like we would like to be treated, to be the very best examples of humanity that we can be. Which incidentally doesn't involve making sweeping judgments, you know, about Jews. Because when you do that, that implies that you believe that all Jews are the same. That they're all, you know, Jews are responsible for this. Jews are little hats. Or extremely offensive and simplistic, moronic, non-thinking. Because you're assuming that all Jews are the same and they're all equally culpable and they're... As I said on previous videos, this ends in one place, which is genocide, basically. So what do we do about these idiots? We just keep on talking and tell them not to fall for it again. Stop being a useful idiot. The other thing that I would urge people to do is talk to other people as well about what is going on. There's nothing wrong in demonstrating, incidentally, provided that it's peaceful. But certainly I would not be going along to any demonstrations that are being organised by any of these big club actors, like, for example, Tommy Robinson. Other things we do is, as I said, you know, previously, just we do everything within our power to remove ourselves from their system, just create as much mental and physical distance between them and us as possible. So, you know, and if that means, if you're thinking of maybe getting out of the UK, is there any merit in going down with the sinking ship? Certainly the last thing that you should be doing is like fighting, because that's just going to make things worse. It's going to make things worse. So, to the people that, oh yeah, so I suppose this is the final thing. There will be, I think I lost about 30 subscribers, 30 kind of Adolf fans. to those people, if they're, I don't know whether they might still watch unsubscribed, I don't know, but anyway, good riddance. You don't belong on this channel. I don't want you. Not for me, thank you very much. So some like final thoughts really. Other things you can do is just get out in nature, enjoy yourself. I'm going to another music festival this afternoon. I'm going to like enjoy that. If you've not seen the video that I posted up day before yesterday, I think, some music, it's worth having a look at and looking at the lyrics. It's quite funny. We got to try our best to distance ourselves from these morons, basically these useful idiot morons, who either go along with the Tommy narrative or they go along with the Little Hats narrative. As I said before, same difference, leads to the same place. So yeah, that's all I want to say today. So God bless.